This is really wonderful, I said to my mom, pointing to a vessel. I'm not sure what went through my thoughts that day when I began pleading with my mother to open the closet containing a collection of items I have gotten thus far. That glass jar drew my attention. It was so exquisite. I pulled it out of the box and set it on my desk. I was looking for something lovely to put on the top of it, and that vessel seemed ideal for this purpose. My mother advised me to go with something else because it was likely to break, but I was resolute and refused to listen. When our parents say anything to us, we often do not listen and subsequently regret it. It has occurred to me a few times as well, but I understand that nothing is indestructible, be it trust or stone. But with something and certain people, we just take that risk. At 11:30 p.m., I had completed my assignments and other stuffs and was doing with that vessel, sniffing the false flowers it contained despite the fact that it emitted no scent. Suddenly, a notification popped on my phone screen. It was her message. You up? Yep, I typed. And we kept conversing. Our conversation is never ending and it may go on forever. We discuss new issues each time, and I'm still perplexed as to where all of these discussions originate. She has a special place in my heart. When she chats with me, she chats only with me. She does not get to reply to others in that period. Neither she nor I enjoy receiving a response that is even 10 seconds late. When something comes up, she tells me to hold for a few minutes, finishes her work, and then resumes talking. We have known one another for years, going way back to school, and we have built a strong bond. I currently have a lot of insecurities and delete messages shortly after texting them to someone. But I don't remember being like this with her. I never deleted a message after sending it to her. Also, we never had any romantic moments, nor we have ever even met in person. We did not communicate much in school, for we had opted to keep this a secret. All we have are our discussions and the goals of having shared moments with her. Actually, sometimes even late night real conversation is all you need to build a healthy relationship. I had always hoped to never fall in love with a girl, but she offered me every reason to. I never told her I loved her and she did not either, but she was aware of my feelings for her. But you know that no matter how intriguing or vital you are to someone, you will be replaced at some point. I remember the day she texted. I, I typed her. I want to confess something, she said. I was in a jolly mood that day and teasing her said, come on, there are still some days left to Valentine Day. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. I know we have a very good connection, but someone proposed to me and I also like it. I assumed she was joking at first, but after a few minutes of conversation, I realized she was serious. We had been mates for years until the world turned upside down on that day. She had always known how much I admired her. She had that understanding even though I never proposed to her. I was literally crying as I asked myself how could she do this to me. I don't recall the last time I sobbed before that. Listening to her had gotten me too. She sent me 13 messages in which she explained how it all began, and I took some time after reading the messages to console my heart. I wanted to type, how can you do this to me? Don't you ever heard? Don't you remember we had made so many plans to sit on the rooftop and talk about life and everything? Don't you recall that we had planned a trip to a forest far away from where anyone could find us? Don't you remember all our promises? What happened to you? What made you change so drastically? I took a deep breath and typed, "Have you told him about us?" Yes, she replied, but he has sworn not to tell anyone else. But as soon as the term promise entered my head, I remember telling her that if we could find someone better, don't think about me at that moment. I will be pleased if you are happy. It was I who said this to her, but I had no clue it would come true at any time. I was sobbing and welling that day, and why should not I have? She was not some random person in my life. I typed, "I'm happy for you. Goodbye." "I'm sorry, I know you are hurt. You must be crying, but I'm really sorry. I just somehow developed feeling for him. I'm extremely sorry." Holding oceans in my eyes, I typed, "It's okay." That vessel also fell down and broke that day. That was only adding to my misery. I attempted to collect the broken parts which had shattered just from the side. I attempted to collect the swords and injured myself in the process. So I left them on my table as is. How could I afford to lose so many important things in one day? I'm strong, but not a stone. Although I've deleted her chats, photos, contact number, and my Insta account as well, I did so because I had grown accustomed to checking her profile on a regular basis. And anytime I saw her, all of her memories would rush back, making it difficult for me to move on. I won't lie, whenever I cross the road that leads to her home, my heart skips a bit. My eyes search for her and I get a peculiar feeling. But I know one thing, even if my eyes find her, they will not glance back at her. I have understood this is how life is. Sometimes, even if the thing is beautiful, you will have to leave it. Nothing is permanent, neither people nor things. I now don't have that vessel of false flowers with me. It was lovely, but it was unreal. I have a small flower pot with a flower that blooms, then dries and blooms again, which is very much like life, isn't it?